Hello and welcome to Grade 10 English Lessons. This is Unit 3, Episode 4, for Inspiring Architecture. In this episode, we're going to learn how to summarize a text and how to translate meaning from Arabic into English. To begin the lesson, which is your favorite mall? These are some examples you have here. Now, what are your favorite shops at the mall? Let's open the workbook to page 16 and let's begin to summarize. However, I'm going to ask you this question. What is a summary? A summary is a shortened text written in your own words. Pay attention to written in your own words. In your own words means you have to paraphrase. So how can one paraphrase? You can shorten some ideas. You can change the vocabulary in a certain sentence. You can change the verb form. And you can also change the word class from a noun to an adjective or an adjective into an adverb or a verb, and etc. Let's practice. Here we have this short paragraph. Go ahead and read it. You can pause the video and then we can continue after you're done. So if we look at the first sentence, our 360 Kuwait's spherical design highlights its distinctiveness. Now, which vocabulary words can we change? We have the word spherical, which could mean round, circular, or oval. We also have the word design. Another word for design is style or layout. When it comes to distinctiveness, it could mean uniqueness and diverseness. So if we change these words, for example, if we choose circular instead of spherical, layout instead of design, and uniqueness instead of distinctiveness, the sentence would become the following. 360 Kuwait's circular layout highlights its uniqueness. So, if you pay attention to what we did, the meaning is still intact. We did not change the meaning, we've only changed certain vocabulary items or words. Now, do we have to paraphrase every single word in a sentence? Definitely not. Here are some summary making tips. Summaries are not a place for your background knowledge or your opinions or personal information. So how do you summarize a text? Well, first, you have to read the text and you don't let big words scare you. If you find a difficult word, then I recommend you read the sentence again so that you can understand the context, which will help you guess the meaning of that difficult word. And ask yourself, what is this text about? Now, pay attention to the following. Your summary should be in complete sentences. It should cover the main point and key ideas. It should be in your own words. And it shouldn't be written in points. Your summary shouldn't be off topic, and this is very important. Here are the rubrics for the summary making. These are the things that we want you to pay attention to when you do a summary. The first thing is the content and relevance of ideas. That means that your ideas are exactly connected to the text and the question. Then you have paraphrasing. That means that you've changed the original text into your own words. We also would like you to pay attention to your spelling and grammar, as well as the format. The format should be in paragraphs, not in points. All of this will give you the total of the summary making. Here are also some important information. Copying the whole paragraph receives a 0. Again, in the summary making question, you'll be asked to write 4 sentences, so you don't need to copy the whole paragraph. Exceeding the required number of sentences is also an important thing to pay attention to, and I'll explain why. You'll get -5 marks for 1 sentence. So if you write 5 sentences, you lose 5 marks. And you also lose 10 marks if you write from 6 sentences and above. Now go back to the workbook on page 16 and look at this text. You can pause the video to go through the text and read it. Now let's look at the question. In 4 sentences only, summarize and paraphrase the passage in an answer to the following question. It says summarize and paraphrase, so pay attention to these 2 things. The question is, what are the characteristics of 360 Mall? We can find the answers right there. Right? The first one is 360 Kuwait is a monumental shopping center. The second one, the center contains copious shops from large department stores selling mainstream brands to smaller boutiques alongside all your favorite sports, music, electronics, and games store. And we have the rest of the answers. Now let's go ahead and paraphrase. We have the first sentence or the first answer. 360 Kuwait is a monumental shopping center. Now, if you look at the sentence, which word do you think we can change into another word, but it will still give us the same meaning? We have the word monumental. Let's change it. Here we have the paraphrase sentence. 360 Kuwait is a huge shopping center. So we change the word monumental into huge. The same meaning, however, we use a different vocabulary item. Here we have the second answer. The center contains copious shops from large department stores selling mainstream brands to smaller boutiques alongside all your favorite sports, music, electronics, and games stores. This is a very long sentence, isn't it? And we also have the word copious. So let's go ahead and change them. If you look at the paraphrase sentence, the center contains many shops from large department stores selling mainstream brands to smaller boutiques alongside all your favorite stores. So first thing we did, we changed the word copious to many. And we've also taken out this extra information and turned it into all your favorite stores. So in this sentence or in this paraphrase, we used a different vocabulary item and we shortened some ideas. Now we have the third sentence. Not only does the center contain the largest cinema complex in Kuwait with 15 screens, but there is also a state-of-the-art family entertainment center designed for different age groups. We have the word state-of-the-art. Let's change it. Moreover, the center contains the largest cinema complex in Kuwait and modern family entertainment center for different age groups. If you notice here, we have the word moreover. This is a connector. We've used it in order to organize our summary. The next thing we did is we changed the word state-of-the-art to modern. Now here we have the final sentence. The family center also features the latest in edutainment technology. We have this sentence, also features the latest in edutainment technology. Now, if you look at the sentence, this is an active sentence. One of the things that we can do to paraphrase is we can turn an active sentence into the passive. So if you look at the sentence, where is the object? You can find that the object is edutainment technology. Let's go ahead and turn it into the passive. Finally, the latest edutainment technology is also featured in the mall's family center. We use the word finally here as a connector, and we've also changed an active sentence into the passive sentence. This is how your summary should look like. You should use connectors, and it's paraphrased. And pay attention to the following. It's in paragraph. It's in a paragraph, not in points. If you do these certain steps, these very simple steps, then we guarantee that you can get the full mark in this summary. Now let's go ahead to our translation. Here are some tips. First of all, translate meanings, not words. Number 2, avoid word-for-word translation. I'll explain why this is an important tip in a few minutes. Don't leave spaces for words you don't know. Number 4, look for keywords that make a difference. Now, translate the following into good English. إن بناء مطار جديد سوف يعود بالنفع على السكان المحليين. Here are the keywords that can help us in translating. The first one is جديد and it means new. The second one is بالنفع and it means benefit. We also have السكان, which means residents. The last one is المحليين, which means local. Now, if we put only these keywords, is it a complete translation? Can we accept this? No, it's rejected because we have missing items in the translation. It's not complete. So this is my recommendation. Don't leave spaces for words you don't know. First, figure out the keywords, then go ahead and translate the rest of the sentence. Again, if you look at the sentence here, we have residents local. It's wrong, isn't it? That's because it's a word-for-word translation. This is another thing you should avoid. We have the word bina, which could mean building, making, or constructing. Sawfa could mean will, shall, or ought to. For example, if we translate the full sentence, then this is how it should look like. Building a new airport will benefit the local residents. Now this is an accepted translation. Now it's your turn. Translate the following into good English. قامت الحكومة ببناء مجمعات تجارية جديدة مثل مجمع 360. Look for keywords that make a difference, and you can find them right there. ببناء مجمعات تجارية and مجمع 360. Now, if you look at these keywords, what do you think the meanings are? Write them. However, don't leave spaces for the words that you don't know. Now, let's check your answers. So this is the translation. The government has built new malls such as 360 Mall. Now, this is an accepted translation. Like we said, we did not leave any spaces in the translation, and we've also made sure that we did not do a word-for-word translation. So in this episode, we learned how to paraphrase and summarize a paragraph. We've also learned how to translate meaning into good English. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.